This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, it's official. The average price of a residential home in Queenstown is now $1 million. Buskers are being encouraged to sign up for a festival and put their talent on the line in South Dunedin. And a video of Mayor Tim Shadbolt on a scooter goes viral, leaving the Mayor almost speechless. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Dupree. The writing was on the wall. Average house prices in Queenstown have now peaked at the $1 million mark as of today. Figures released by Quotable Value have revealed a massive 32.2% hike in residential house values in the last 12 months, the highest in the South Island.
Some people may be feeling the summer heat in Queenstown. Others are feeling a different kind of heat, the property market prices.
Hi, Amina Amso in Queenstown. It's no longer just Auckland where you have to fork out $1 million to afford a home. Queenstown has followed suit today with a staggering $1 million mark as well.
According to Harcourt, this news is not really news.
You know, Queenstown's a wonderful place to come and live, and it's attracting a lot of people coming here. So, and likewise with businesses. I mean, businesses, national chains or international chains actually see Queenstown as being iconic and actually a town that's on the increase. So they're building, you know, your Noel Leemings, you know, you've got your Briscoes, you've got these supermarkets which have turned up. So Queenstown's starting to come of age. So all of this massive construction industry is, no, it's not surprising.
The nationwide residential property values for November have increased 12.4% over the past year, which is the slowest rate since May 2016.
So if you are wanting to buy a house in Queenstown like this one there on the top of the hill, it might cost you more than what you thought it would. Mina Amso, The South Today.
A Dunedin high school was evacuated this morning after receiving a threatening call. Emergency services were called to Logan Park High School and staff and pupils were evacuated. Butts Road around the school was cordoned off by police. The school has been affected by threats of this nature several times this year, and several New Zealand schools have received suspected bomb threats which may be linked to an overseas hoax. Police say they are taking the calls seriously until they can rule out any threats. Attention buskers, Dunedin needs you. This year's South Dunedin Street Festival should have gone ahead last month, but was cancelled for a variety of reasons. However, rising like a phoenix from the ashes, the organisers have planned a busking festival for early next year, and all are welcome to enter.
South D is to be alive with the sound of music. The organisers of the South Dunedin Street Festival postponed this year's annual event for a variety of reasons. But following an inspirational trip to Australia, one of the men behind the event returned with a plan.
When travelling to Melbourne earlier in the year to a wedding, and came across a similar busking festival being held in Croydon, in a suburb of Melbourne. And I had a chat to the person who was organising it and got some ideas and basically a template for what we could run here in South Dunedin.
Waterhouse says the busking festival idea should see a host of performers, from singers to bands and street-style circus performers, showing their wares.
There will be a variety of stage areas on the footpaths outside about between 4 to 6 shops in South Dunedin. And at those areas will be the performers will be able to perform twice during the period that it's been held during midday, and they'll have about a 15 to 20 minute time slot to do their performance.
All of the entertainers will be performing in a busking style, and members of the public are encouraged to put money into their instrument cases or whatever they have available. There is a slight twist to the performances, in that those who choose to can compete for prizes.
There will be the option to be judged if they wish to, and there will be prizes available for those who are getting first, second and third.
Organisers of next year's Busking Festival are in the process of setting up a website for people to register their interest.
I just would like to encourage anybody in the South Dunedin community who has talent and they want to show it on public, right? Come out into the event, and we'd love to see you there and have all your family and friends come and support you.
The South Dunedin Busking Festival is scheduled for the last weekend in February across 4 or more stages on the South D main drag. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Dunedin is to host a raft of motorsport competitions this week. The Silver Fern Rally is underway with 45 cars racing around the South Island. There are 26 New Zealand drivers and 19 international entries competing in the Classic Rally and the historic trophy section. The event has 7 stages, with 2 being held before the cars reached Dunedin. After racing on roads in Wakawaiti, Middlemarch and Milton, it was the Ford Esports holding the top spots. The cars are heading to Gore, but will be back in Dunedin to finish at the stadium, coinciding with the D1 NZ drifting. A video of Invercargill's mayor scooting around the city is going viral online. The original video has been watched over 60,000 times on Facebook, and Tim Shadbolt is blown away by the response.
Pictured here is the mayor zipping and zooming on a scooter around the city. Hi, I'm Ruby Spink in Invercargill, where a 5-minute trip to the dairy turned into a viral video for the mayor. Over 60,000 views and thousands of likes, and hundreds of comments later, Tim Shadbolt is amazed by the response.
This is what can happen with the social media, of course, is that someone filmed us through their lounge window and said that I was the mayor going to work. And of course everyone thought, what a fantastic mayor, he scooters to work to save ratepayers' money, he's a hero. But I'm afraid that wasn't quite the case at all.
He says he started scooting to keep up with his 4-year-old son.
My 4-year-old, who likes to scoot around the place, especially to the shop, and I found I couldn't keep up with him. He was getting to crossroads before I was, and so I had to buy a scooter as well.
He says although it takes away the context for the video, he's glad his son wasn't pictured, because he doesn't want him to be a public figure at such a young age, and he hopes if other people choose to film him from their lounges that they don't include his young son. I approached the original poster on Facebook, who said it was really nice to see him playing with his son, but he did look quite funny riding the scooter, and it seems the mayor agrees. He says he had no idea this video was being taken, but hopes at least it will encourage others to pick up alternative forms of transport.
We're lucky to have a flat city and not too much traffic, and so it's a relatively safe city. And you see a lot more when you're on a bike or a scooter.
And this is just the start. The video was posted less than 24 hours ago and already has tens of thousands of views. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops. At least the mayor's taking it in good spirits though. I'm Ruby Spink for The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, we take a look at a novel way of determining whether or not a dog is safe to approach. And textile art lovers are in for a real treat.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Southern Television takes pride in providing a wide range of programming. If you have concerns about our programming or feel that standards have been breached, please write to the address on screen within 20 working days of airing. Visit Broadcast Standards Authority website for more information on the complaints process.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Yes, Sonny Chin.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle buildup.
Sonny Chin, it works.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garador.
Welcome back. Dogs in Dunedin will soon be seen wearing colourful bandanas on their daily walks. It's a citywide initiative between a local vet clinic and the SPCA, and it aims to make the public more aware of the temperament of our four-legged friends.
A local initiative brings to light the importance of asking a dog owner if you can approach and pet their dog. It's a message the SPCA want the public to be more familiar with. So, with Murray's Vets, traffic light bandanas can give the public an immediate indication.
So we have 4. So we've got a green one for a friendly dog. We've got orange for caution. So just be careful when you approach the dog. Red one, that you shouldn't actually take your dog anywhere near a dog with a red bandana. And also a yellow one. Basically this is for deaf or blind dogs. We've got a deaf dog here at the moment.
Mick Skimming is part of a national SPCA projects team and will be taking the bandanas to Auckland this week. She wants to see them on dogs around the country.
I think they're a really great idea, and it just gives you that, as soon as you look at the dog, you know, and it works on the traffic light system, so it's easy for people to know.
The bandanas are available from SPCA Otago at a cost of $5. D. Karen, The South Today.
A Queenstown-based textile artist is holding an exhibition at her home. Titled Homage to the Stitch, the pop-up contemporary fabric art exhibition is dubbed a cacophony of colour, shape and texture. Mina Amso has more.
It's all art, art, art when you step into Diane van Brandenburg's studio. It all started years ago when Diane was very young and as a child would sit and stitch with her mother. Hi, this is Mina in Queenstown in Lake Hayes in the art studio that belongs to Diane. Trained as a print graphic designer, later went on to become a textile designer. Diane always liked stitching. She naturally gravitated to using both to produce this. Diane had been stitching fabric for 10 years.
I think I'm getting close to my 1,000 hours.
Yes. Diane finds inspiration for her pioneering artwork from just about anything and everything. She runs stitching workshops every second Saturday at her house. People as young as 11 years of age join in. Diane and other stitch art design contributors like Shahrazad have put in hours and hours of work to get this done ahead of next week's exhibition.
So this was inspired by kind of like my surroundings, especially like Queenstown is so organic and you get inspired by nature, and so this was kind of like a floral pattern I created.
I don't only use embroidery threads, I use sewing threads, just normal sewing threads. Look at the amazing colours that you can. This is all top stitching. Okay, just hold this and you basically making a loop.
Okay, so holding that.
You've got The chain.
Voila. Simple.
That easy. And you just do that 1,000 times.
The exhibition is happening on the 9th, 10th and the 11th of December.
Yes.
And it's actually happening right here at Diane's house, 5 Lake Hayes Road in Queenstown. Mina Amso for the South Today.
Southland Museum is calling for people to bring them hoo-hoo grubs. It's the annual food drive for the tuatara as they come into the warmer months and are looking for more to eat. And the locusts just aren't cutting it for them.
Summer's here, which means the tuatara are about to start feeding again. Hi, I'm Ruby Spink in Invercargill here at the Southland Museum, where these guys are hungry for hoo-hoo grubs. Warmer weather means the 80 tuatara at Southland Museum are about to start getting active again. And Lindsay Hazley says this means they need food, and lots of it.
They sort of go through a starving period over the winter because in nature there's no insects for them to eat. So within the captive environment here we do the same and we don't feed them. So for the warmer weather, which we had at the beginning of the month, they're all out and hungry. We've got our locusts, we had some hoo-hoo grubs, but we're totally depleted of the hoo-hoo grub population now.
Each year, Mr Hazley calls on the community to help feed the tuatara. He says altogether they go through around 150 grubs per week. He'd usually feed them locusts, but they're needing something bigger and tastier.
It's a very safe, convenient food. It's not their natural diet. There's no way would they ever eat a hoo-hoo grub in the wild. Mostly it's weta, beetles, lizards, occasional seabirds when the seabirds come to the island to nest. So we can't have that in Southland here or provide those sort of foods.
And the hoo-hoo grubs aren't the only exciting thing coming to the tuatara soon. The Southland Regional Development Strategy, or SWORDS, is looking to develop and improve the tuatarium.
SWORDS had their meeting yesterday, and I see that the kakapo and tuatarium is high priority to get done. Our tuatara has aged. We had a new roof put on about 18 years ago, and it's slowly deteriorating, so it's getting quite important that this program and project goes ahead. I'm really looking forward to it, so hope that the whole city gets behind it.
But before the tuatara get a new roof, Hazley says the little guys like this one, Cat, need to eat grubs to grow healthy and become part of the breeding program. If you want to find out more information on how to feed guys like Cat, then head to the Southland Museum Facebook page. I'm Ruby Spink for the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, a Dunedin broadcaster shares his memories of Ray Columbus. And millions of dollars worth of McLarens are in Wanaka, just another stop on a nationwide road trip.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
We're a 25 Moray Place, Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and enjoying our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garador.
Welcome back. The voice of Neil Collins was heard on Dunedin Airways for 50 years. He can spin a yarn or two, especially when it comes to his impressive list of famous acquaintances. The recently retired radio personality is heading to Auckland next week to say goodbye to a very special friend. Collins joined reporter Roselle LeBon to share his memories of Ray Columbus.
At one point in time, he had everyone bobbing their heads to this beat. The British invasion didn't escape Kiwi shores, and one of the proudest exponents of the sound was Ray Columbus. The loss of Columbus has hit the entertainment industry hard. It seems everyone in New Zealand has a story to share about the Mod Man. Even us here at the Channel 39 offices aren't immune. This picture, taken with Columbus when our sail team's Kim Valentine was just a few years old.
This is her, a very young Kim with Ray Columbus, and as you can see,
that's very cute, isn't it?
It's
very
pretty
sweet.
Adorable, and I believe that her aunt briefly dated Ray, which is pretty exciting. So she's got a few stories there.
Local musical identity Neil Collins remembers when Columbus first hit the stage.
I think diminutive people, if you don't mind me saying, do have loud expressions about their manners and their voice and everything, and he was very outgoing. He had a good voice, a good speaking voice as well, and a nice clipped name, Ray, you know, so he was right into show business, and he always wanted to go that way. With me, it just came along and I was part of it.
He says the gap Columbus has left in the music world is a testament to his enduring popularity and charisma as a performer.
He was a born entertainer. He was very enthusiastic about talent, not only for his own band and getting places, but oncoming, others have said it too, that younger talent, he got behind them and helped them if they went to see him. There's not many mentors of his ilk to look back on over the years.
Collins was there as compere the night the Rolling Stones headlined a packed Dunedin Town Hall alongside the New Beats, Ray Columbus and the Invaders, and Roy Orbison. And he had a special role to play when Beatlemania reached Dunedin.
Eventually, the big stuff started coming into town in the 1960s, and it included the Beatles, and yes, I was a decoy for those guys. And there were police everywhere and people everywhere. That was quite, it'd take a little while to tell you that story.
Collins, who was travelling to Auckland for Columbus's funeral, says he carries some special memories of his good friend.
So we've kept a bond, and that's why Ray will be missed by so many in the business.
The bright star who shaped our taste in music from our living room televisions to our transistor radios will be remembered in the annals of Kiwi music history. Roselle LeBon, The South Today.
32 McLaren cars said to be worth $45 million have arrived in Wanaka. The cars and their owners are on a road trip from Auckland to Queenstown, which will include a few laps at the Highlands Motorsport Park. Here's Mark Price.
They represent the pinnacle of modern transport engineering. The McLaren still needed some good solid 19th century engineering to get them across the Clutha River.
I'm Mark Price at the Red Bridge at Luggett, just to watch and hear these cars go by.
The 32 cars on the road trip are the product of McLaren Automotive in Surrey, England, founded by legendary New Zealand race car driver and designer Bruce McLaren, who died in 1970. One is said to be worth about $20 million and capable of almost 400 kilometres per hour. The cars have been travelling at the legal speed limit, of course, but tomorrow, Friday, will be able to travel on the Cromwell racetrack as fast as their drivers feel comfortable. The Tories want them on the first thing tomorrow, Friday morning. I'm Mark Price for the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The latest figures from QV show the Queenstown district has followed the Auckland region, averaging $1 million for a residential property. This year's South Dunedin Festival was postponed for a variety of reasons, but organisers are putting together a basking festival as a stopgap until next year. And Invercargill Mayor Tim Shadbolt is blown away by the interest online of a video showing him scootering around the city. It's time now to find out what's going to be inside tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and we're joined by Deputy Editor Craig Page. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, we've got a classic PC Gone Mad story out of North Otago for tomorrow. There's a playground equipment at a local school up at Papakoai School there. Been in place for 41 years, but now changes to health and safety requirements means it's no longer viable to keep it at the school anymore.
Such a shame, isn't it? I mean, Marlow Park's a shadow of its former self.
Oh, it is. You've got to have all this spongy stuff around any of things now to protect the children.
That pirate ship was awesome.
It was. So we've got a slide, and apparently it's too high, it's too steep, and it doesn't have sides as well. So with the changes to health and safety, so the school's concerned that it would be liable for anyone getting injured on that, so felt the easy option is just to get rid of it. So kids, we've been up there today and lots of sad kids seeing the end of the slide. So of course we've got the drifting champs in Dunedin this weekend at the stadium, and our sports editor Steve Hepburn went for a ride around the track in one of the vehicles today. In between his expletives, he's managed to provide us with a bit of descriptive story about his day out in the vehicle, so that's worth a bit of a read. And we've carried stories previously about plans to build a secondary school for Muslim boys in South Dunedin at the former St Patrick Primary School in Melbourne Street. There's been talk for several years about that now, but they've now said that they're going to can that idea. Too expensive, they would require $8 million, and the trust can't raise that money, so they're looking at a primary school co-ed option instead, so they'll hopefully get that up and underway early next year. So
details on that in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times.
Certainly
Thanks,
is.
Craig.
Thank you.
It's time now for tomorrow's weather.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Manuka Honey.
Here is our southern view. It's taken looking over Alexandra. Very nice, although some dark clouds at the top of that shot, in fact, not a shop. To the situation, a weak anticyclone is spreading over the country. It's going to remain for several days. The south coast, however, will be affected by weak fronts and a light to westerly airstream. What does it mean? Well, if you're in these southern towns, it means a relatively fine day, except for the Catlins. A bit of cloud around there with a high of 14. To the towns in the central and southern lakes, fine weather for Alexandra, Queenstown, Te Anau and Wanaka. Highs are between 16 and 18 degrees. And we're looking for some clouds for Oamaru. Had this problem last night, and Timaru. Fine for Oamaru and Twizel, both on 18 degrees. And Dunedin tonight, it's going to be a wee bit cloudy with a low of 7. Tomorrow the cloud will break to sunny periods, which will increase during the day. Light nor'easters, 13 degrees. And in Invercargill tonight, mostly fine with a low of 5. Tomorrow sunny periods and light westerlies with a high of 15. And that's all from the team here at the South Today for Thursday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.